Welcome to the 5 Keys to Communication, where you'll learn to transform negative patterns in the way you relate and create enriching relationships. So this is what happens when the strongest contact to Mercury, which is all about talking and listening, is from Jupiter. So imagine you're with somebody who has a Mercury-Jupiter contact. How do they act? Well, they can be very funny. They're very learned, well-educated. They know a lot, They have all the answers. They're like an encyclopedia, and also they're very sensitive about what's right, what's wrong, quick to react to injustice. They're convinced also that they're right. It's very important for them that they're right. So they're very persuasive. They can be very persuasive, and they're very, they have a strong idea of when things are right and when things are wrong. And the reason they're kind of like that is that as a sibling, they may have had a lot of siblings, so it's kind of competitive, everyone is trying to be the most intelligent, or in school they may have had a really stimulating educational environment, a multicultural environment perhaps, and generally, educationally there was a lot of competition which they thrived at. Still, when you're with them, certain things can be difficult. You might find yourself looking things up in their brain because they seem to know all the answers. So that this kind of fountain of knowledge, which is going to make you feel a little mentally, inferior. And they will, generally, unless they kind of worked it out, they might make you feel intellectually inferior. You're going to lose arguments with them, that's for sure. So, perhaps one of the flaws is that with them is that because they think they're right, they don't listen enough. They're very curious, but they might not really be receptive, to alternative points of view. Still, Mercury-Jupiter in a partner's horoscope generally brings a lot of fun, humour, and mental stimulation. And you just need to remember you don't have to keep up with them mentally. So what if you have a Mercury-Jupiter conjunction? How do you act? Well, you probably have a voracious appetite for reading and learning, and getting information, world information, and interested in everything, even trivial stuff, so you might fill your brain with a lot of trivial stuff. And you'll enjoy the, arguing about a whole range of different things, so intellectual sparring. And inwardly, there may be this kind of like little judge inside of you, which is always judging, is something right, wrong, is it just or fair or not fair? And one of the reasons for that is, as a child, there may have been a lot of sibling rivalry, you may have experienced some kind of injustice in relation to a sibling or a fellow student or something like that. Still, you probably had a lot of parental encouragement or encouragement from siblings. Education, like prioritise. You're probably, really quite intelligent. But what you need to do really is to listen more in relationships, experiment with being wrong. I may be wrong, so, enlighten me. Ask questions. And examine that inner voice that lists injustice or things that are wrong. And if you can observe and slow the stream of thoughts, it's a good thing. So when you're conscious of this kind of behavior, you learn how to tone down demonstrations of intellectual superiority, listen more, and express your opinion only when asked.